Namaste. Welcome all of you. Welcome all of you again. This is our 8th lecture in the online lecture series. See, this is just the note for the students who have not seen any of my previous lectures. See, all these lectures are in continuation with each other, with the earlier ones. See, all are in continuation with the earlier ones. See, if you haven't watched any of my lecture, then you won't be able to understand this lecture. So it is just a suggestion for a better understanding that you watch my earlier lectures also. Now let's start this day with the exciting thing. See, in my last lecture I had given you the quiz. The quiz was identify the type of expenditure, that is charging depreciation on plant and machinery. The options given were as whether the type of expenditure plant and machinery is capital expenditure, revenue expenditure, deferred revenue expenditure, all of the above or none of the above. The correct answer of this question is option B, that is it is a revenue expenditure. Depreciation on plant and machinery is a revenue expenditure. Now let's see how many students has given the correct answer. See, there are total 5 comments, and out of the 5 comments, let's see who has given the correct answer, that is option B. See, the first answer is given by Aniket, but the answer is wrong, unfortunately. Right? The correct answer is B. How many students has given the correct answer B? It is revenue expenditure. Yes, it is Miss Neogi, then Harsh Pangankar and Shawnee Penkar. Okay, the 3 students has given the correct answer, that is option B, revenue expenditure. Depreciation on plant and machinery is a revenue expenditure. Very good. Shakshi had also given the answer option C, but that is a wrong answer, unfortunately. C. Miss Nevgi is the first student who has given the correct answer. Miss Nevgi, congratulations. Congratulations, Miss Nevgi. Thank you, all of you. See, Aniket and Sakshi have yet the chance to win the next quiz. Now let's see. We are learning bookkeeping and accountancy standard 12 as per Bharati book. We are on lesson number 1, that is introduction to partnership and partnership final accounts. We have so far seen the meaning, features, Indian Partnership Act, partnership deed, the different provisions, and how to maintain the capital accounts of partners. These many things we have already seen, we have already done. Now you are able to understand the different competency levels as described by Balbharti book. So you know so far the meaning, importance, Indian Partnership Deed, importance of partnership deed, provisions applicable in absence of partnership deed, and how to maintain the capital accounts, meaning of partnership final accounts. Okay, know the need and importance of final accounts. Now what we are learning these days, we are learning the effects of adjustments in final account. In our earlier lectures we have already seen the different adjustments and their effects. See, we are learning the effects of adjustments in final accounts, and these many parts we have already covered. See, you have already learned in earlier lectures the different methods of capital accounts. See, there are 2 methods of capital account maintained by partnership. It is especially for partnership, that is fixed capital method and fluctuating capital method. As per fixed capital method, 2 accounts are required to be maintained, that is capital account and current account. And as per fluctuating capital method, only 1 account is required to be maintained, that is capital account, which incorporates both the things, both the accounts. See, this is the base, and you must remember this base for solving the problems. Okay, so this is the base. What we have learnt in our earlier lecture, different adjustments and their effects. which were given on page number 20 to 21 in your book. And what we are learning in this lecture? In this lecture, we are learning remaining adjustment, that is the hidden adjustments and important points, their treatments from page number 21 to 23. Now let's start. See, as per the competency statement, you must understand the meaning of final accounts, need and importance of final accounts, effects of adjustments in final account, that is very, very important, and know the meaning of trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet, and how to find the financial results of the business. See, these are the different steps in accounting. The trial balance amount would be given to you and you have to prepare the final accounts. Means trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. See, preparation of final accounts requires preparation of trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. See, we come to know gross profit or gross loss from trading account, net profit or net loss from profit and loss account, and the financial position of the business from the balance sheet. That is the status of the balance sheet from assets and liabilities. These are the important notes for preparation of the final accounts, right? Every item in the trial balance must be shown only one time. If it is given in the trial balance, item is given in the trial balance, it must be shown only one time in just one part of the final accounts. Means either in trading account or profit and loss account or in balance sheet, excluding hidden or silent adjustments. Okay. Every adjustment must have two effects in final accounts. That is, it would have debit as well as it will have credit effect. See, whatever you have learnt in standard 11, okay, that is also the base for solving the problems for standard 12 and for understanding the concepts in standard 12, as well as whatever you learnt in topic number 1, that is different methods of capital account, are also important for learning the next things. See, now we are learning the different adjustments in final accounts. See, there are different types of adjustments in final accounts. Okay, and what is required for you? See, many of the times you don't understand what to debit, what to credit, when to debit and when to credit. See, debit assets accounts and expenses account, and credit liability accounts, owner's equity and revenue accounts. See, so far we have seen 22 adjustments. Okay, and now in this lecture we are going to learn hidden adjustment given in the trial balance. See, the adjustments given, actually it is given in the trial balance only. It is not given below the trial balance. Okay, some items are given in the trial balance, but those are called as hidden adjustments. Though it is not given below the trial balance, though the items are given in the trial balance itself, but those are the hidden adjustments. See, for example, it is given in the adjustment, rent or salaries are paid for 10 months. See, rent or salaries are paid for 10 months. Whom do we pay the rent? From whom we have taken the shop on rent, right? Or salaries, we paid the salary to the employees. It is paid for 10 months. Then what should be done? See, it is paid for 10 months, means 2 months salary or 2 months rent is to be paid. Okay, we have yet to pay 2 months rent or 2 months salary. Means it is a liability for us, liability for the partnership business. So what should be done? Add the amount of salaries or rent, whatever it is, which is pending for 2 months. 2 months rent or salary is pending. To whom? To the salaries or rent respectively in profit and loss account. Okay, so profit and loss account, debit it to salaries, whatever would be the earlier amount, add the outstanding salaries of 2 months. Okay, add the outstanding salaries of 2 months, and this would be the total amount due on account of salaries. And what should be done for balance sheet? Another treatment, balance sheet. See, it is a liability to, because we yet have not paid the salary or rent for 2 months. So it is a liability. So separately, show it separately, either salaries or rent for 2 months on the liability side of the balance sheet. See, on the balance sheet liability side, outstanding expenses. See, if there are different outstanding expenses, then add salaries of 2 months. Okay, salaries of 2 months you have to write, add over here, and this would be your total outstanding expenses. Okay, if many outstanding expenses are given there. Otherwise, if there is no any outstanding expenses, then you can directly write salaries. We see its example in illustration number 3, 6, 8, 9 and practical problems number 1, 2, 3 and next adjustments. See, insurance premium paid for 1 year. The year is ending on 30th June 2019. See, insurance premium has been paid up to 30th June 2019, but the accounting year ends on 31st March 2019. It means 3 months insurance premium you have paid in advance. You have paid 3 months insurance payment in advance. If you have paid something in advance, this is an asset for you. Okay, this is an asset for the partnership firm. So what should be done? See, its first effect is deduct the proportionate amount of insurance premium for 3 months from the insurance on the debit side of the profit and loss account. From the profit and loss account, you have already debited insurance premium. So, deduct 3 months insurance premium. Okay, whatever the amount of 3 months insurance premium, proportionate amount, you have to calculate the 3 months amount. Okay, you have to calculate the proportionate amount and that much of amount you have to deduct from the insurance amount which you have already debited. Okay, and this is the actual amount you have paid for against insurance up to 31st March 2019. Okay, this is the real amount you have paid. Then the amount, 3 months amount which you have paid in advance is an asset for you for the time being. Okay, so the second effect is show separately the amount on the prepaid insurance as the prepaid insurance for 3 months on the asset side of balance sheet. Okay, we'll see the illustrations examples in illustration number 5, 9 and 10 and in practical problems 3 and 8. The next adjustment, it is advertisement expenses for 4 years. This kind of adjustment we have already seen in our earlier lecture. See, the advertisement expenses are paid for 4 years. Means for this year, you have to just debit 1/4 amount of advertisement expenses. Okay, to the profit and loss account. Only 1/4 because these are 1/4 are able for this year. See, debit to profit and loss account as advertisement expenses. Only the 1/4 amount of total expenditure. Okay, if the total expenditure are Z, then 1/4 of Z you have to debit to the profit and loss account. This example in detail we have seen in our last lecture. And the remaining amount, what is the remaining amount? 3/4. 3/4 is the remaining amount, right? See, this amount which you debit the current year is called as amount written off. Amount written, WRITTEN, the amount that is written off. Okay, the amount which you debit, a proportionate amount for every year which you debit is called as debit to profit and loss account is called as amount written off. Okay, and the remaining amount which you carry to the asset side of the balance sheet is called as not written off. Okay, so the not written off amount is Y amount. That is, the Z was the total advertisement expenses minus X expenses which you have written off this year. So the remaining expenses, that is 3/4 amount, is the Y amount which is not written off. Okay, we will see its example in illustration number 3 and 4. Next, rent received for 11 months. What does this mean? You have received rent for 11 months. So 1 month rent is you have not yet received. 1 month rent is yet to be received. So this is an asset for you for time being. For time being, it is an asset for you. So credit it to the profit and loss account. The appropriate proportionate amount. See, whatever is the rent, calculate 1 month rent, that is proportionate amount of rent. Calculate 1 month rent and credit it to the profit and loss account. See, you have already written or recorded the rent received. Add 1 month rent to it. Okay, add 1 month rent to it. So it would be your rent of 12 months. Okay, and what should be done in the balance sheet? As it is an asset for 1 month set. Okay, so rent receivable, you write it for 1 month the amount. Okay, so this is the asset amount for you. See, what is the next adjustment? See, this is an important adjustment. This is an important adjustment and you have to learn it properly. Give your 100% attention while learning this adjustment. See, what it is given, 10% loan. See, 10% loan. Which loan? Borrowed. See, 10% loan borrowed means it is a liability only. 10% loan is borrowed on 1st January 2018. Okay, and accounting year ends on 31st March 2018. Only this much is given. So this much is given only in the trial balance. Then what should be done? See, 10% loan you have taken means it is borrowed, it is a liability on 1st January 2018 and accounting year ends on 31st March 2018. It means 3 months interest you have to pay. You have to pay 3 months interest which you have not yet paid. Then what it is? How the treatment should be done? See, trading account and profit and loss account, you have to show the amount of interest payable on loan for 3 months. Outstanding interest on loan of 3 months, you have to show to the profit and loss account debit side. Okay, debit side of profit and loss account because it is a outstanding expenses. Okay, outstanding expense it is. And to the balance sheet it is a liability. So loan amount you have to mention. Okay, apart from the loan amount, the interest payable on loans. See, what you have to pay to the bank? You have to pay the loan to the bank as well as you have to pay the interest on the loan to the bank. Okay, so what are your liabilities? The loan amount, whatever loan you have taken, that is a liability for you, as well as the interest on loan is also a liability for you. So as you have taken the loan on 1st January, so you have to pay the loan as well as interest on loan. Okay, so you have to calculate the proportionate amount of 3 months loan, 3 months of interest. Okay, and that 3 months interest you have to add to the loan, and this should be your total liability against loan, that is loan plus interest. Next adjustments, 16% investment. See, this is investment purchased. See, investment has been purchased means what it is? It is an asset on 1st January 2019 and the accounting year is 31st March 2019. What does this mean? It means 3 months interest you have to receive. 3 months interest you have to receive means not yet received. Then what should be done? See, it is interest, so it must be credited. Interest which you have to receive, so it is a income, so it should be credited to profit and loss account. So show the amount of interest receivable because not yet received. Interest receivable on investment for 3 months because you have taken the investment on 1st January and accounting year is 31st March. So 3 months is interest you have yet to receive. So show the amount, proportionate amount on the credit side of profit and loss account, because we show the incomes over here. See the interest receivable on investment, 3 months interest you have to show over here. Okay, and add the amount of interest receivable on investment on the asset side of balance sheet. What does this mean? What are your assets? See, 16% investment you have taken. Okay, so this is an asset for you. And see, you have to receive the interest also on the investment. So what is your asset? Interest, investment as well as the interest. So both the things are asset for you. So you have already mentioned the investment. Add the interest receivable for 3 months. Okay, this amount. So this would be your total amount against your investments. This is your total amount against your investment, that is investment plus interest which you have to receive, because investments you have taken with the, may it be with the bank or anybody, right? Any financial institution. So these are the investments. 16% would be the interest rate. Okay, so calculate the interest as with 16% 16% interest rate for 3 months, proportionate amount for 3 months. Okay, and write it in the interest side, and this would be a total investment. Next, 10% government bonds. What is government bonds? It is an asset again. Okay, but see, what they, the dates have not been given here. This is just for example. Anything can be over here. It may be loan, investment, bonds. When the dates are not given, what should be done? Show the amount of interest receivable on the credit side of profit and loss account. See, you will get the interest from the government bonds at the rate of 10%. At the rate of 10%, you will get the, at the rate of 10% you will get the interest, right, on the government bonds. So it is an income. So show the amount of interest receivable, that is interest accrued on government bonds, that would be the amount with the rate of 10% on the government bonds. Similarly, it is an asset for you. So show the amount of interest receivable, that is interest accrued to the government bonds on the asset side of the balance sheet. You can show separately or you can add also to the government bonds. Okay, this is an asset and interest accrued for 1 year. Okay, interest accrued for 1 year, because the dates have not been given over here. Okay, so it would be interest accrued for 1 year, and this would be your total asset against government bonds. We'll see its example and some with some variations in illustration number 1 and 5, and also in the practical problem number 1. See, there are some important points also apart from the hidden adjustment. Each item from trial balance will be included only once. See, trial balance item will be included only once in the final accounts. That is either in the trading or in profit and loss account or in balance sheet or in working section. Working, you have to show the adjustment in working section. Each adjustment has two effects for the similar account. Which are the two effects? Debit and credit effect. Debit balances of trial balance. See, trial balance, this is the trial balance. Okay. Debit balances of trial balance will appear on the credit side of trading account or profit and loss account, or on the asset side of the balance sheet. Trading debit and credit. Debit balances of trial balance. What is meant by debit balance? Debit balance is which appears on the credit side. Okay. Debit balances of trial balance will appear on the debit side of trading account or profit and loss account. This will appear on the trading or profit and loss account debit side. Okay. Debit balances of trial balance will appear on the debit side of trading account or profit and loss account or on the asset side of balance sheet. Whereas credit balances of trial balance will appear on the credit side of credit balances will appear on the credit side of trading account or profit and loss account or capital account or on the liability side of the balance sheet liability side credit balances. Okay. If if salaries and wages are given as separate items, salaries are given and wages are given. Two separate items are given. If salaries and wages are given as separate items, wages are shown on the debit side of trading account, while salaries are shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. Okay. If the item is given as wages and salaries, if it is given as wages and salaries, so what appears first? Wages appears first. Then it is shown on the debit side of trading account. Okay. And if the item is given salaries and wages, then what is first? Salaries is given. So it should be debited to profit and loss account. It should be debit side of the profit and loss account. If the trial balance contains only next adjustment. Next adjustment. If the trial balance contains only trade expenses, it is given in the trial balance only trade expenses. Okay, only trade expenses in the trial balance. Only trade expenses is given. The item will be shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. Only trade expenses is given, then it should be debited to profit and loss account. If the trial balance contains trade expenses and also other items like sundry expenses or office expenses or general expenses or miscellaneous expenses, the item trade expenses is shown on the debit side of the trading account, while the other items of expenses are shown on the debit side of profit and loss account. See, what does this mean? If only only trade expenses are given, nothing apart from trade expenses are given, then it will by default go to profit and loss account. Okay, important adjustment. This is an important adjustment. Okay, again an important adjustment. If only trade expenses is given, then it will go to profit and loss account. But in the trial balance, apart from trade expenses, other items are also given like sundry expenses, okay, office expenses, sundry expenses, office expenses, general expenses, miscellaneous expenses. These many other items are also given apart from trade expenses. Okay, then this trade expenses would be shown to the debit side of trading account. It should be shown to the debit side of trading account. Okay, only in the case if these other items are also given. Debit side of trading account. If all the other items and trading expenses is given, it would be shown to the debit side of trading account. And all other remaining expenses are shown to the debit side of profit and loss account. Remember, only trade expenses is given, then it will be shown to the profit and loss account. And trade expenses and other all expenses are also given, then trade expenses are shown to the trading account and other expenses should be shown to the profit and loss account. Next, Next adjustment is regarding the bad debts. Okay, regarding the bad debts. The adjustment for bad debts and provisions for bad debts and doubtful debts. See, adjustment for bad debts and provision for bad and doubtful debts. Bad debts and provision for bad and doubtful debts. Okay, should be effected after other adjustment. See, should be effected after other adjustment for debtors are given effect to. Other adjustment, the effect of other adjustments must be given to the debtors first. If the debtors are there, other adjustments effect must be given first. After that, the adjustment of bad debts and provision for doubtful debts. Okay, provision for doubtful debts must be given. Okay, the adjustment for bad debts and provision for doubtful debts. See, bad debts and provision for doubtful debts should be effected after other adjustments for debtors. Debtors are done, given, do the other adjustment, and after that do the adjustment of bad debts and provision for doubtful debts. Such adjustments can be unrecorded sales, which can be the other adjustments. These other adjustments can be unrecorded sales, drawings included in debtors, and drawings treated as sales, etc. These others can be unrecorded sales, drawings included in debtors, and drawings treated as sales. These three can be the other adjustments, etc. Okay, these can be the other adjustments. Then, reserve for discount on debtor. Reserve for discount on debtors should be given effect after the adjustment for bad debts. After the adjustment, do the effect of reserve for discount on debtors. Reserve for discount on debtors after the adjustment of bad debts and provision for bad and doubtful debts. After provision for bad and doubtful debts, do the adjustment of reserve. Okay. Third would be the reserve. Reserve for discount on creditors. See, this is the different thing. Reserve for discount on creditors. This is what? Anticipation. That we may get discount, right? We may get the discount. Reserve for discount on creditors should be given effect. Reserve for discount on creditors should be, where it comes to the liability side, and this comes to the asset side. The reserve for discount on creditors should be given effect after making all other adjustments concerning creditors. See, creditors do the other adjustments, and after that give the effect of reserve for discount on creditors. Okay. Hidden or self-explanatory adjustments are to be given effect even if there is no special instruction. Means even our self-explanatory adjustments. See, for example, in our earlier example, we saw 10% government bonds. Nothing was written. So the self-explanatory adjustment for such items, adjustment. What was the adjustment? We calculated the interest for 1 year. Are to be given effect even if there is no special instruction. Even if there is no any special instruction, we have to calculate the actual amount, and we have to do the adjustment, self-explanatory adjustment for the hidden things, for like provision for bad and doubt. Okay. Next, closing stock should be taken at cost or market price, whichever is lesser. Either cost or market price, whichever is lesser. For whom? For the closing stock. Closing stock, whichever is lesser. Okay. If a manager or a partner is allowed commission, see, next is again an important adjustment. If a manager or a partner is allowed commission at a certain percentage on net profit, Such commission should be calculated in the following manner. But there are again two ways depending upon how the commission is quoted. It is given in the quoted means it is mentioned in the partnership deed how the commission should be given, and actually when the commission is given, upon what, when or upon what, that is how, upon what the commission should be given. If it is given only on net profit, see, if it is to be calculated on net profit, then how do we calculate the commission? Commission is equal to what? See, the percentage of commission would be given. So net profit, whatever is the percentage of commission, rate of commission, rate of commission, rate means upon 100. Okay, simple. The commission is to be calculated on the net profit. Then what is the amount of commission? Commission is equal to net profit into rate of commission. Rate of commission means commission rate upon 100. If it is to be calculated on net profit before charging such commission, before charging of the commission, then you have to calculate like this. But if it is to be charged, if it is to be given after charging such commission, then what you have to do? Commission is equal to, see, net profit into rate of commission, okay, plus rate of commission, okay, rate of commission plus 100. If it is to be charged after, if it is to be given after charging commission, okay, if it is amount, this amount is to be ascertained after charging the commission, then the formula is different. Net profit into rate of commission, percentage rate of commission upon 100. When the date of drawings are not given, we have already seen the thing this in detail. When the date of drawings are not given, how the interest should be calculated on the drawing? Interest on drawing should be calculated on average basis for 6 months. On average basis for 6 months, you have to calculate the interest on drawings. Okay, that whatever is the rate, you have to calculate on average of 6 months. That is 6 by 12, that is 1 by 2. If a partner introduces capital in the middle of the accounting year, then interest on capital should be calculated on proportionate time period only. See, whenever at the time the partner is introducing the capital, you have to give the interest, okay, on the proportionate time period only. Means in whichever month he brings in the capital, you have to calculate the interest. But this is not included in your syllabus for standard 12. Now, treatment of some important any outstanding expenses is given. See, if there is any outstanding expense, what is meant by outstanding expense? It is a liability basically, which can be outstanding expenses like you have not paid the office supply bill for office supplies, you have not paid the wages, you have not paid the utility bills, you have not paid the lease or rent, okay, you have not paid the salaries, or you have not paid any fees. Then all these are the outstanding expenses. These are the liabilities. Then what, where it should be shown? It should be shown on the liability side of balance sheet. That is, for example, outstanding rent. Okay, this is a shop, you have taken on the rent, so you have not paid the rent, so outstanding rent is a liability, so show it to the liability side of the balance sheet. Next, any prepaid expenses. Prepaid means you have paid in advance, so for the time it is an asset for you. So for example, you have paid an electricity bill in advance, next month's bill amount you have paid, okay, so it is an asset for you. So asset side of balance sheet, that is, for example, prepaid electricity bill, the amount you have to show to the balance sheet asset side. Next, outstanding income. What is meant by outstanding? Income which is due to be received, which is due for you. Okay, you have to receive the income, but you have not yet received, but it is due. Okay, so it is an outstanding income. So it is an asset for you. So asset side of balance sheet. Okay, you have to write the record the interest receivable. Okay, receivables means you are due for receiving it, yet not received. Then income received in advance. What is meant by this? See, if the financial year or the accounting year is ending on 31st March and you have received the income of April also, some income, any kind of income you have received in advance. So it is a liability for the time being, because you have to pay for the time being. It is a liability. You have received extra income received in advance. That is a liability for you for the time being. So record it to the liability side of the balance sheet. For example, advance commission. It is a liability. Next, treatment depreciation. What is meant by depreciation? Depreciation happens due to the continuous wear and tear. Okay, see, what should be done for the depreciation? Debit side of, you have to record to the debit side of profit and loss account. Again, important adjustment. This was the question which I had asked in earlier lecture. Debit side of profit and loss account, you have to show to the debit side of profit and loss account. Depreciation, for example, you can calculate the depreciation of furniture, machinery, vehicle, many things. On many fixed assets, you can calculate the depreciation. So whatever is the amount of depreciation as per the rate, okay, you have to record the amount over here. See, loss on sale of any asset. This is an asset. What is this asset? What is this asset? This is a delivery van. Okay, you have sold this delivery van. This is again a delivery van. You have sold the delivery van and you have incurred a loss. You have suffered a loss on sale of this delivery van. So loss on sale of any asset, that is a loss. Okay, then where you have to show it, debit side of profit and loss account. Profit and loss account debit side to loss on sale of delivery van. What is the amount? For example, you have, after depreciation, the value of the delivery van, of this delivery van is suppose 5 lakhs. Okay, after charging the depreciation, the return down value, that is called as return down value of this delivery van is rupees 5 lakh, and you have sold it for rupees 4 lakh. You have sold it for rupees 4 lakh. So what is the loss? You have suffered the loss of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so 1 lakh is the loss which you have suffered on sale of this delivery van. So this loss you have to show to the debit side of profit and loss account. Next, goods withdrawn by partner. We have already seen in detail. See, goods withdrawn by partner for personal use refers to the total amount of goods withdrawn by partner for personal use. Okay, so what should be done? Debit side of capital or current account. What does this mean? If the partnership firm is following fluctuating capital method, then everything is recorded in the partner's capital account. If the company is following fixed capital method, then where the interest whatever is drawings are recorded in partner's current account. So to the debit side of partner's capital account according to fluctuating capital method, or in partner's current account according to fixed capital method, you have to write the amount, drawings amount, that is goods withdrawn by partners for personal use, this amount. Okay, we have seen these things in detail in our earlier lectures. Next is general reserve. What is meant by general reserve? See, general reserve is the amount kept aside from the profit earned by the company. See, it is the part of the profit. General reserve is the part of the profit which is kept aside by the company during its normal course of the operation, means during its business. For what? To meet future needs. If future needs like contingencies, strengthening the company's financial position, increasing working capital, paying dividends to the shareholders, offsetting specific future losses, etc. For any of these, or for all of these, or for any other future needs, if you have set some profit aside, okay, so that profit is called as general reserve. So what is general reserve? It is a liability. Okay, see, general reserve or reserve fund is a liability where it should be shown to the liability side of the balance sheet. If goods are distributed as free samples, we have seen the examples in detail in our earlier lectures. Distribution of goods as a free sample is an advertisement expense, so are considered as expenses incurred for the promotion of goods. See, goods are distributed as free samples. These are the expenses. See, so it should be debited to the profit and loss account. Next is suspense account. What is meant by suspense account? See, while preparation of the trial balance, many errors, you may have committed some errors while preparation of the trial balance. Many errors that are made will affect the trial balance agreement. What does this mean? If any of the errors are made, then trial balance total will not agree. Trial balance total will not agree means trial balance will have debit side as well as credit side. Okay, there are different items in the debit side as well as there are different items in the credit side. This total will not agree. Will not agree means that both total of this side and the total of this side will not be same. Will not be same. If it is this is x's, then it is yy. The total is not agree. In this case, the error should be located. What is your work? You have to locate the error. However, for the time being, this will take time. Okay, the trial balance does not agree, then you should be able to drop the profit and loss account and balance sheet correctly. Then what should be done? Okay, for this purpose, for entering the amount needed to make two columns agree again. The difference between the two columns of the trial balance, see, if there is a difference, if this side is bigger, then and this side is smaller, then there is a difference. The difference between the two columns of the trial balance is filled. How it is filled? See, the difference, excess is the bigger, debit side is bigger and credit side is smaller than the difference amount, that is Z amount. Okay, the difference between the two amounts of the trial balance, how it is filled with the creation of a new account, that is suspense account. See, this is the bigger side, this is the smaller side, so you have to prepare a suspense account over here. And what is the Z amount, you have to mention over here so as to tally both the things, so it will become same. Sorry. See, suspense account is the account to which the difference in the trial balance is placed. The suspense account is placed in the debit side if the total debit amount is less than the total credit amount. See, trial balance, it is given here. Where the suspense account is given, the suspense account is placed in the debit side. If it is placed in the debit side, see, for in this example, it is placed in the debit side. Sorry, it is placed on the credit side. If it is placed in the debit side, if the total debit side amount is less than the total credit side amount, if the total debit side amount is less than the total credit side amount, then it is placed in the debit side, and vice versa. The suspense account is transferred. Then what it is done? See, in this example, this was the trial balance. This is the debit side and this is the credit side. See, which are the items in the debit side? For example, purchases, wages, okay, and buildings. So what is the total of this? Total of this is 12,000, right? The total of debit side is 12,000, right? And what is there on the credit side? On the credit side only the value of sales is given. So it is the amount of sales 10,000. And on the end of the year, on the last date, we are not able to understand what is lacking, which amount we have not entered to the credit side. So for the time being, a suspense account is credited. Now in this case, the amount in the debit side is more or bigger than the amount is credit side. So which is the lesser side? Credit side. So suspense account is created on the lesser side, which is the lesser credit side. So with the amount to make it tally, okay, how much of amount we have to credit? 2000 rupees against suspense account. Okay, in this case, because debit side is bigger than the credit side. Then what it is done? See, suspense account we have created to make it tally. Okay, then what is done? The suspense account is transferred to the asset side of the balance sheet when in case of debit balance of a suspense account. See, if the suspense account has a debit balance means if the debit side is bigger. Otherwise, transfer to the liability side of in the case of credit balance. Okay. Suspense account is used to rectify all one-sided errors. Now let's see the example. See, suspense account, when the trial balance totals are not equal, an error exists. Double entry work should be checked to locate the error. If the error cannot be found, it is necessary to insert a suspense account to balance the trial balance. If the error is not found before the financial statements are prepared, the suspense account will be included in the statement of the financial position. Okay, see, if this is important statement, if the error is not found before the financial statements are prepared till the date of the preparation of the financial statement, if the error is not found, then what should be done? What should be done of the suspense account? Then suspense account will be included on in the financial position. Statement of financial position means what? In the balance sheet. If the errors are not found, okay, then suspense account will go to the balance sheet either as a current asset or a current liability because we have not yet found. See, suspense account means when trial balance does not tally, that is debit is not equal to credit, then in order to close the trial balance, see the trial balance amounts must be tallied. Okay, so in order to close the trial balance, we open entirely a new account on the side of deficit, whichever side is deficit means less balance. Okay, whichever side has the less balance, we open a new account, that is suspense account. Such account is known as suspense account. See, this was the example. This was 12,000. So to make it as 12,000, we have opened a entirely new account, that is suspense account on the credit side, so as to tally it, right? Suspense account with the amount of 2000 credited to the trial balance. Okay, so if the suspense account, if it is on the debit side of trial balance, if it is on the debit side, see this is the trial balance. If the suspense account is on the debit side of the trial balance, okay, means debit side has deficiency, debit side has deficit amount, less amount than the credit side, then show the same figure on the asset side. Suspense account same figure should be shown on the asset side. That's why I have changed the color. Okay, if it is on the debit side of the trial balance, same amount should be shown as the asset in the balance sheet. If it is on the credit side, suspense account is on the credit side, then show the same figure on the liability side. show the same figure on the liability side. See, for the debit and credit, I have changed the color. Okay. Next is a bill for collection. What is a bill for collection? A bill for collection is the handling of documents by banks in accordance with instructions received from the exporter in order to obtain a payment or acceptance or deliver documents against payment or acceptance or deliver documents on the other terms and conditions. We will see in detail in lesson number 7. See, for example, for you sending a bill to a bank for collection. What does this mean? For example, bills are receivable. Okay, for you, for the partnership firm, bills are receivable, and you have sent the bills for collection to bank SBI. For any bank, for example, State Bank of India, you have sent the bills receivable for collection. Then State Bank of India, that is a bank, will go to the customer, that is X, and will collect the bills. Okay, and it will again charge take some charges from us, percentage of charges, depending on the amount of the bill. It will take some charges from us for doing this work, so that we will not be required to go to X. This work is done on behalf of us by bank. So sending a bill to bank, see, this was bill was receivable from X. Okay, and we send it to the bank for collection. Okay, and the bank will collect the bill from X and will levy some charges from us. Okay, in this case, what is done? See, this is the flow of collections of which happens between banks. Then if the bills for a collection of bills are pending with the bank for collection of bills, then what should be done? It is an asset for the time being. Okay, it is an asset because bank is collecting the bills from customer X. Okay, so it is an asset. Customer X, so it is an asset. So it should be shown to the asset side of balance sheet. The value bank for collection of bills, what was the amount, you have to show as in the asset side. This is the quiz of day 8. In the trial, if the trial balance contains only trade expenses, if only trade expenses is mentioned in the trial balance, only trade expenses, where the item will be shown? Would it be shown to the debit side of profit and loss account, credit side of profit and loss account? Would it be shown to the balance sheet asset side or to the balance sheet liability side? You have to give the correct answer immediately. And see, with this, we have covered all the adjustments, all the hidden adjustments, all the important points. So, this is the time for test. See, you have learned many things in last 15 days, right? So, this is the time for test. And this is your class test number 2. See, this is, you have to type this or you have to open this in the browser, testmost.com. Test ID is 4221800. After entering this ID, one screen will appear in front of you. Select student login. Enter your name starting with surname. Enter the passcode as partnership. Remember, note down this passcode. Okay, after entering your name, you have to enter the passcode. Partnerships capital P. Remaining characters are in small. Then click on start, continue, solve the test and log out. Okay, see, it will look like this. Second online test, 12 commerce, HSC board. Okay, 10 questions are there. All the best for you, for students. Solve this test immediately. What we will see in our next lecture? See, from our next lecture, we are going to solve the problems. We are going to solve the illustrations and unsolved problems also. So, in our next lecture, we will start with illustration number 1. Okay, that is of Daya and Kshama. You are expected to read the entire illustration as well as its solution. See, one more thing you have to do. You have to draw trading and profit and loss account, balance sheet and partners capital account. Okay, you have to draw the format of all the things, and you will saw as well as along with me. Take your notebook, write the question, draw the required formats. Okay, how to draw the required formats? For example, for trading account, give 40% out of the trading and profit and loss account, reserve 40% for trading account, and profit and loss account, for profit and loss account reserve 60%. Look at the adjustment. How many number of adjustments are there? You have to draw accordingly. Okay. How many number of items are there? Items and adjustments you have to draw accordingly. Okay. So in our next lecture, we'll move towards solving of the financial partnership final accounts actual problems. That is, we'll see first the steps for solving the problems and illustrations number 1. That is, illustration number is on from page number 23 to 27. Okay. Thank you. Stay